I suppose it's always different, isn't it? You know, it always evolves, and
Yeah.
there's always change. You know, recorded music used to be the be-all and end-all of, and the pinnacle of being a musician, but now it's much more diverse. You know, a lot of people's recorded music almost becomes their loss leader, in a way, and a lot of people, I mean, you go on now and the income streams are much more varied. There's no big companies, there's no corporate control. So, I mean, you kind of have to run with it.
You do have to run with it. I mean, it's just, it's how things evolve, isn't it? I mean, music's a lot, it's also makes music, it's a lot more accessible. It's also easier for you know, not myself, I mean, I've been doing it so many years, you've been doing it so many years, but I mean, kids today, it's difficult to get a record deal, or it's difficult to get someone to give you that backing to get out, but it's also a hell of a lot easier to do it yourself. The DIY process is so much easier. It's easy to get your music out onto YouTube, and
in some ways,
people go out and access it, you know.
Yeah.
So
I think in some ways it's harder to be a consumer today because there's just so much of it. There's just so much music, and it's just so available. It's just hard to sift. And I was in HMV a few weeks ago, thinking 20 years ago I'd come in HMV, and I pretty much know most people in the sections I was interested in. I might even know someone in the hip hop. But you look now, and you know, I mean, it's probably just a passing of time thing as well. You just don't know as much about new bands. It's hard to keep up.
I think sort of the way we've recorded the album, the way it's been very much in-house, you know. It's been something that was conceived by us, and it's going to be finished off by us, you know. I sat down and, like, you know, sort of 5 months ago when you asked me the question about that, I'd probably been toying with the idea of, do we need to bring this in a big studio? Do we need a producer? Not necessarily a big name producer, but somebody from the outside with a fresh set of ears to come in and sort of finish it off, you know, so not without our say so, but I think it's worked the way we've done it.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a big learning process, like I said before, but.
Well, I suppose it's also been a learning process in terms of production, and within our sort of remits, the way we work together, Bone definitely leads on that side of things, in terms of they've probably got more production experience than I have. So, but it's just been able to do it together. It's meant that I'm now starting to get a lot more confident in those kind of recording process issues as well, which historically I haven't really done a lot of. I've tended to kind of leave that to studio engineers. So
yeah, well,
as a team, we're kind of doing a lot more of everything.
Yeah, but again, when you're talking about production experience, it's something I've had none of. I mean, I've had experience of being in studios with various producers, but actually sitting down and saying, okay, it's all hands on deck and we're going to produce this. I think something that I've discovered that I personally can do, which I didn't know.
Well, I always assumed you could, you see. So
I never knew it.
You convinced.
So
I thought you. Yeah. I thought you'd been doing that probably longer than maybe you have. I don't know.
No.
But it seems to be. You know. I mean, we're happy with teamwork, but I think we're past the age of having that sort of competitive side to what we're doing. We're quite, you know, we're fairly supportive of what each other does, and we're fairly au fait with telling each other when it's kind of, when it's not working.
First single, I think we'll put something out as probably a free download, won't we? I think it's looking like we're going to put a song called Manchester Rain out, I think.
Sure. Well, we have, I mean, that's, from the small number of people that we've been playing it to, that seems to have got a good reaction. We like it. It's a fairly direct, upbeat, pop anthem, pop rock type anthem, and we've only done 2 gigs so far.
Yeah.
It's gone down amazingly well at both gigs, and that's been one of the songs that people have talked about. And we're happy with that.
Yeah. At the moment, the plans for the record, I mean, the stage we're at is we just a couple of tracks to just finish off final pieces. I think there's a vocal to finish on one and a couple of bits. And then
guitars on there.
And then we're pretty much down to the mixing stage. Once we've got the record mixed, as we said earlier, we will be releasing something hopefully before Christmas, Manchester Rain. But once the record's mixed, we're just in the final talks with the record company at the moment. So plans are to release the album, I think February of next year. So end of January, beginning of February of next year, Power Flames will be out on the road. UK, Ireland, Scotland initially to coincide with the release.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we're really looking forward to is touring the record and getting back to playing again. I mean, for me personally, it's great to be playing in a band again, and not just doing solo shows, and have to be playing songs that we've got a lot of confidence and belief in.
I can't wait for it personally. I mean,
it's going to be great.
Yeah.